So fourth block, this is a demonstration video to go over the general parts to the Gizmo before you get started today. I appreciate your patience with the sub today. I am at a PLC leaders meeting up in the forum room, so I'm just here. I'm not just able to attend class today. So for your Gizmo, we have a demonstration that's going to allow you to study osmosis through a membrane. Now you'll have to use your imagination a little bit, seeing as that the cell in question is this right here, this red square. Most cells aren't usually that perfectly rectangular, but it will make some calculations easier, as well as visualizing and being able to see if the cell is growing or shrinking with a box shape instead of an irregular cell shape. So for your task today, there's 2 prior knowledge questions, so please make sure that you answer those before you start the Gizmo. Then in the warm-up, with the settings as they are when you get to the Gizmo, you're going to press play and do a little observation. You're going to see which particles can pass through the cell membrane, meaning the little thin black line around the red square cell. So which particles can pass through the membrane and which particles cannot pass through the membrane. So they won't make it either in or out of that thin black border. Then you'll click play again to see what you notice about the size of the cell. So again, as the settings are where you enter the Gizmo, you just click play and you will be able to see some things happening. Make sure to reset when you're all done. Then for activity A, you will need a calculator, or you can use your smartphone for a calculator. It's going to be some pretty simple math unless you're really good at doing math in your head. So we're going to take a look at setting the initial cell volume to 40%. So you will give this a slide. There we go. So the volume is going to change the cell size. So you're going to keep the solute outside to 5, and the initial cell volume to 30 for right now. So for number 1, you're going to observe what happens when you change that concentration. So you are going to find a situation in which you change the solute slider to get the cell to be larger, and then a situation where you get the cell to be smaller. So record if it's high concentration of solutes or low concentration of solutes. Then you will be calculating the percent of concentration. So I've given you a little formula here to use. So you're going to click reset. You're still going to keep your cell volume at 40, but you're going to set the solute outside to 10, and that's the maximum that it will go. So then you will, before you click play, you will find out in the table how many solute particles are found on the inside and outside, and the solvent particles on the inside and outside. The solutes are the solids. The solvent, in this case, is water, probably. And then the total number of particles, and then you'll calculate the percent concentration. So as an example, right now, even though I haven't clicked play yet, for my concentration inside, I'm going to take the number of solute particles I have on the inside, which is 5. Then I'm going to take a look at how many are on the outside, which is 10. Okay, so the percent concentration of solute inside the cell, you're going to take the number that you get up here. You're also going to need the total number of particles inside the cell, pardon me, which for me right now is 88. Okay, so then you're going to take 5 divided by that 88, and then you're going to take that answer and multiply by 100 to get the percent. Oh, pardon me. So for the outside, you'll take the total number of particles as well. So we got 113 for my example here. So again, to find the percent concentration of solute outside the cell, you're going to take that 10 divided by 113 and then make that into percentage by dividing by 100. Then you're going to click play and do some observations of, pardon me, what's happening to the numbers. So you're going to write increase, decrease, or stays the same in each space. So as you click play, watch what happens. If you need to reset and play again, you certainly can. Then wait until the numbers aren't changing very much. And then what do you notice about the solute concentrations inside and outside when all the numbers don't change very much? Then for number 5, you're going to do a little reset, check to make sure your solute outside is 10, initial cell volume is 40. So here we're going to take a look at the solvent concentration. So you're going to divide the number of solvent particles by the total number of particles and multiply by 100, much like you did with the solute. So for solvent, for example, I have 83 particles inside with a total of 88. So I take 83 divided by 88 and make that, multiply that answer by 100 to make a percentage. And then you'll do the same thing on the outside. State which one has a higher concentration, then you'll click play and see if the cell expands or shrinks. Then for the last experiment, you're going to click reset and set the solute outside to 1, which is the minimum. So you'll do another solvent concentration. Again, you'll look at that table of particles. How many particles did you have inside? Divided by the total particles inside. Multiply by 100 to get a percent. Same thing for the outside. Where is it higher? Then you're going to predict if the cell is going to get larger or smaller, and then click play to confirm your predictions and see if you were correct. So once all of this is completed, please make sure to turn it into Google Classroom. And after that, you may work on your GimKit exit ticket 7.5. If you have any ed puzzles that you need to finish up, please make sure you do that as well. Your Chapter 7 quizzes is due by the end of the day today. So thank you very much for working with the sub today. I appreciate that, and I will see you tomorrow.